For me, with the Mars in Gemini heading out, the mental energy in the air of which we have not been in for a long time, as far as if you want to consider the season of a Mars in Gemini, let alone that it stayed in Gemini for like 7 or 8 months. That's unheard of. Um, Lots of mental energy, extremely nerve wracking, processing what do we need to communicate about, which is it's going to happen whether we know it like it or not. If you haven't um, been well under the practice of it over the last 7 or 8 months, you are now to really get into it like hyper intensive right now, is to learn how to relax and breathe energy into your body. Do the radical self-care. Really get plenty of rest. Um, Everybody lighting up with a literal kind of it's an ability to zap you physically with the mental energy, and that could be either good or bad. It really depends on what you're doing here, right? uh, really depends on the quality of the human relationships that you conduct, the quality of the you know um, really depends on if you're alone enough. How honest are you being with yourself? uh, with Mars going into Cancer, it's going to start pulling all of this mental energy into feeling. Mars in Cancer, thank God. I mean, even though it squares the hell out of all of my planets, you're going to see a Mars-afflicted Martian lighting up. But no, it trines my Jupiter, and it doesn't. And really, how could it be bad for all of humanity? We need Mars to get in Cancer and aggressively take care, pamper ourselves. The mother is going to awaken. Really, it's our emotional bodies. Like I said, all of those feelings that, unfortunately, if you don't mentally work it out, and really it's important to communicate, if anything, but with yourself, and then you'll see, well, how clear are people being with themselves? And then communicating and trying to cog from there with that, step back, because the feelings are going to start coming up now, which is unquestionable. And, when we look at that, I mean, we can keep going on with Mars. I certainly will, the season of Mars where we are all headed with our physical apertures hooked into what? Is it radical self-care, or have you been running this Mars Gemini non-stop, 7 things at once, especially just, if anything, it's just to do that. Really, they can't seem to relax. It's like, can you relax? That has been a test, because if you haven't been able to, um, you are a nervous wreck. You are highly strung out, right? You are exhausted, and you're frizzle-frazzled. You're not really locking anything down solid, and who could with that Neptune that we're just pulling out of? But really, that would clarify how dreamy this frickin' reality is. And so, nobody has it down pat. Really, it's until we start feeling, right? Let's talk about the Mars and Cancer there, going there with the Sun in Aries, which is a square. We have a Mars square in the sky. And if I haven't bit your head off, it just means that you haven't tried to contact me, especially over social media. I mean, if I have not bit your head off, it means that I have some kind of soft spot for you. that I'm actually trying to preserve my own health because it's time to stop being Medusa. You know what I mean? Being the one that says, that isn't the truth for me, it's no good. And then and whoever gets close to you is like, and they turn into a stone and crack away and drop. And I'm like, I could have loved you, baby. I'm hoping to stay in contact with everybody. The way we do here is remarkable. You need to be able to trust that you're onto something. And the way you do that, you have no idea. You think, I shouldn't really do this. When you really think you shouldn't, do it. 555.